welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be, as you'll see by the title, looking into how I plan my meals, how I stick to my budget, exactly how I set myself up for the whole month so that I don't do loads of cooking, so that I don't have to think loads about food. It's all prepped, it's all done for me, and I have one big food shop arrive at the start of every month. It really just sets my month up. I'm organised, I've stuck to my budget, I'm not stressing because I've got to go to a shop because people are coming over. My freezer is full of meals ready for the month. So I really want to share that with you because it helps me so much in my day-to-day life. I'm going to just share my screen with you, kind of show you the websites I use, how much I've spent. I'll give you all the numbers. I really hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and let's get into it. So let's get straight in with the numbers. So we have a food budget. Every single month, our shopping budget is £250. We are two adults, we don't have any children. It's just myself and my husband. We're 27, and this really comfortably covers our food for the month. Obviously, I'm budgeting quite heavily here, so the way that I do my food shop saves us so much money. So in that sense, we are using it really well. I'm not just going to a shop, buying whatever, coming home, cooking it. I have a plan, I'm very organised. So because of that, I'm able to stick to this budget quite easily. But don't get me wrong, food is definitely more expensive nowadays. The cost of meat goes up, is quite high, and we eat a lot of meat. We eat meat in every single one of our meals. Is £173.72. I'll put it on the screen here. That's all our evening meals and lunches and most of our breakfasts. The other cost of our food shop, which I'll put on screen now, is £39.68, and that's for snacks. So I've found this Instagram account which I'm obsessed with, and she makes homemade snacks for her children's lunchboxes. So she's not buying like biscuits, crisps, chocolate bars, all those kind of things. She's making snacks from scratch. So I've started doing that as well, and I'm loving it. I will share the recipes with you that I've been using. I've chosen to have some snacks that contain chocolate. When I do that, it actually comes out of our personal spending money budgets for the month. For Josh and I, we have £80 each that we can spend however we like. It also means Josh can't eat them, Josh can't have dairy, so anything that I make snack wise or meal wise, if Josh is unable to eat it but I fancy it or anything like that, then I will take it from my personal budget rather than our food shop budget, because our food shop is just for Josh and I. So if one of us can't eat something, it's a bit unfair to take it from the food shop budget. The other cost I have is hosting, which is £20 a month, £20.79 to be exact. This covers things like squash, so that we have drinks for guests, things like flour, sugar, chocolate, just because we host every week, so sometimes I do snacks and I bake, so it's just really helpful to have our cupboards topped up with like flour, sugar and all those kind of things, so that if I'm on snacks I can bake something at home and I don't have to go out to the shop and add an extra cost. That is most of the breakdown of my budget and how I kind of break it down throughout the month. So let's get my screen on the screen. I'm really hoping that it's going to show you, like in the corner of my screen, like what I'm doing on here. That's the goal. But let's see if it happens, because Josh is not here today and I'm trying to use this without his help. So let me check if I can do it. Okay, so that was super complicated. It's not perfect, guys. It's a bit blurry, but we're going to do it anyway because it's not too bad. So I've done my best, so let's just go with this. So basically, you should be able to see my screen on the screen now. And basically, this is my order that's coming today. 157 items, £239. Pack and deliver is £5.50. And basically, the way I do my shop is I use two main websites. This one, Taming Twins, and this one, The Batch Lady. So The Batch Lady has a method of prepping food for like meals for the week or the month, which is just amazing. And it's how I kind of started this whole thing, really. So her method is called grab and cook bags, where basically the idea is you get like Ziploc bags and you just put all the ingredients, so just dump all the ingredients in it, as per the recipe, whatever you put in it, seal them, label them to say what it is and how many it feeds if you're doing like different portion sizes, and then freeze it. Then I literally get it out in the morning, defrost it on the side if I remember. If I don't remember, I get it out, dump it straight in the slow cooker frozen, and then put the slow cooker on, and then boom, we have a meal. And then all I have to prepare is something to serve it with, so either rice or pasta, or potatoes, anything like that, and then it's done, really. That's all I've got to do for the day. So that is mainly how I do my food prep, is I bag everything in portions, put all the ingredients in them so it's all done, and then freeze it all, and then just grab a bag out in the morning or in the afternoon and put it in the slow cooker. Or if I have some of these recipes that I've chosen don't go in the slow cooker, I think the majority of them do, 2 of them don't, and those ones I leave on the side to defrost, make sure I remember to get it out the night before, and then literally once it's defrosted, tip the whole contents onto a tray and put it in the oven. Literally that simple. So let me show you which recipes of hers I've chosen. I also, to be organised, this is Josh's laptop, so obviously I don't actually use this, I use mine. But for the purpose of this, I have put all of the recipes here in the bookmark section. So every single month I'll go through and I'll delete all the recipes from the previous month and I'll add in all the recipes for that month. So then it's really easy for me to find them whilst I'm prepping the meals. I know exactly which meals I've chosen, so I'm not confusing myself thinking which meal was it that I was supposed to use this food for. I know exactly which meals I'm supposed to prep. And I just, when I get to the day of prepping it, I just click on the meal and do what it says. So basically this meal is this website is a bit more tricky in terms of portion sizes. My other one is a lot better. This says it serves 4 people, and I can change it from 2, 4 and 8. So if I want to batch cook it and make 4 portions of this meal for the 2 of us, I put it on to 8, and then I just make sure I have all these ingredients and all these quantities. So for example, if I want 8, I need to buy 8 pork loins. So I'll then go to my food shop, type in pork loins, and then I'll make sure that I add 8 into my food shop. So I know, okay, I've got enough to add in. Sometimes it will say quantity numbers, sometimes it will say weight. So you do have to kind of think about that side of the maths of it and work out, like, sometimes if I do that, I'll Google how much does a pork chop weigh roughly, and then I'll times that by 8 and then make sure I have that weight if they do it by weight, which they do here, it's a kilogram. So that's kind of how I do that side of things. It's just really helpful to just be organised, and really all of the work is down to my planning and exactly what meals I'm doing, knowing exactly what meals I'm doing, making sure, double checking I've got all the right ingredients for them. Sometimes you can like these recipes, for example, for taming twins, she hasn't specifically said that hers are for like grab and cook bags, but I've kind of found recipes that work really well for doing that. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it can be a bit watery and then it's harder to freeze, but most of the time I haven't had any issues with it. So these is an example of one of the recipes I've got for this month. It's a sweet and sour chicken slow cooker fake away, and I've had this so many times and I love it. It's so good. And the difference in her recipe and on her website is, as you can see, I can do 1, so that's for 4 people, and then I can times it by 2 or I can times it by 3, but I can also use this little bar up here and scale it to the exact amount. So for example, Caleb is coming, Josh's brother, I can put servings for 3 and then create a bag with exactly the ingredients I need to serve 3 people. I can scale it all the way up to serve 20 people, all the way up to serve 40 people, and I can keep scaling that up and down however I want and need to. So that has a lot more versatility than the other website, the Batch Lady website, where I can just do 2, 4 or 8 people. So I really love this aspect. And again, as I said with the other website, I can scale it all the way down to 2 people. So if I think, okay, I want 6 portions of this meal for the freezer for the month, so that's 12 servings I need, because obviously there's 2 of us. So then I say, okay, that's all the ingredients I need to put in my food shop. So flick over to my food shop tab and type in what I need. Also check the cupboards to make sure I don't have anything left, and if I do, I know exactly how much, etc, etc. Come back here, when I actually go to prep the meals like I will today, I can scale that all the way down to 2, and then that's what I put in each bag. So it sounds complicated, but once you get into it and once you get used to doing it, it's so much easier, and it makes my month so easy. It also gives us flexibility because all our food is frozen. So all of our dinners are frozen. So if we have a situation where food's about to go out of date, doesn't happen because everything is prepped and everything is frozen. So if someone calls us up and says, do you want to come out for dinner tonight? And we're like, oh, we could actually do that. Chuck the bag back in the freezer. Well, most of the time I won't have got it out, to be honest, but if I've got it out, just chuck it back in the freezer. If it has defrosted, pop it in the fridge, have it the next day, and then I don't have to get another one out. And it just makes it so much easier for me to manage our food. And if things come up spontaneously, it doesn't affect the food that we've got in the fridge because nothing's fresh. It's all frozen in the freezer. I also have mentioned that I make snacks too. So this is one of our most popular snacks that I make. These are breakfast cookies. I don't add chocolate to them because obviously it then means Josh can't eat them, but the ingredients are brilliant. Literally just bananas, oats, peanut butter, honey, and some cinnamon. And then I literally just bung them all together, portion them up into cookies, bake them, and then I put them in a bag and freeze them in the freezer. And then if we want a snack or we want just like a quick grab and go thing, I'll take it out the freezer either the day before, if we know that we want it for the next day, or in the moment we're home a lot. So I'll take it out, pop them in the oven for like 10 minutes to just defrost and warm through. And then we've got a really nice breakfast cookie with great ingredients as a little snack. So it works perfect. The other recipe I do is these banana muffins. Again, I don't put chocolate in them so that Josh can eat them, but literally bananas, eggs, oil, flour, sugar, baking powder. So really simple ingredients, nothing fancy. But again, I freeze these up I bake them in cupcake cases, freeze them, and then just get them out, warm them up for 10 minutes, and then we'll have them as a snack or as a dessert or something like that. I also really love that they have the nutrition value on the website for every single recipe. So I really love that because it kind of gives you an idea of what each snack is. Basically, the idea is I have snacks available to us throughout the day, throughout the whole month that I've pre-prepared. And I'm not having to buy extra throughout the month or spend extra money on highly processed food. I've made all of it myself and it's all in the freezer for us to just help ourselves too. So it works really, really well. She's got loads of other recipes on here too. Love having all these different ideas, all these different ways of making your food more interesting or making your food shop more exciting. And I genuinely look forward to doing my food shop every month. I honestly, payday comes and I'm like, it's payday, which means it's time to plan my food, it's time to do my food shop, it's time to fill my freezer again. And it works so well because the end of the month comes and our freezer's actually empty because we've actually eaten all the food in it. So it's just really, really helpful and it saves us so much time and so much money. And I will also, in other separate videos, I'm going to film myself making these recipes, showing you what I do, how I batch prep them all. Scales will become your best friend. I literally use my scales all day, every day. So yeah, I really, really recommend this method. It really helps us. It saves us so much money. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment box below. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you. If you're struggling with money at the moment and you're trying to save or you're trying to, make the most of your food budget or your food shop and really be able to feed your family easily and more affordable, then I feel you. I understand it can be so hard, but I really hope this has inspired you to be a bit more organized with it. Prep things in advance, just do whatever you can. I hear people all the time tell me that they don't have time to prep their food like this, but honestly, even if you just do a week's worth of prep a week's worth of food one evening instead of cooking dinner, or as well as cooking dinner. Just prep one meal to go in the slow cooker, and whilst you're prepping that meal, put all the others in a bag, freeze them in the, and then freeze them, and the time you've taken to prep one meal, you've actually prepared 5 others. So yeah, just little things like that, just work it into your life, work out how to fit it in, and it will make your life so much easier if you take the time to prioritize it. I really promise you. So yes, I hope this has inspired you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for waffling on. Hopefully I'll be able to cut a lot out of this video because I feel like I've been recording for ages. But yes, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, leave me a comment below, ask me any questions, or if you have any advice or any ideas or anything that you do to make your food shop and your food budget go further, please let us know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching this video. Bye guys.